Hello friends, welcome to Best Tutor. Today we are going to learn about the process of pollination. So in our previous videos we have learnt what is pollen grain, and now we are going to discuss how they help in pollination process. The term pollination means transfer of pollen or pollen grains from anther to stigma. So in the last videos we have learned about the structure of flower, so there you have understood. So we have gynoecium with stigma, style and ovary, and we also have stamens with the anthers. Right, now if I assume this is a flower, the transfer of pollen grains. So where the pollen grains are produced in the flower, we know anthers are the one which are producing the pollen grains, and these pollen grains are transferred from anther to stigma of a flower, then this is known as pollination. So students, the transfer of pollen grains from anthers to stigma is known as pollination. Now here if you examine, the pollination is basically classified into two types. One is known as self-pollination and second type known as cross-pollination. Now the meaning itself indicates self-pollination means within the same flower. So it can be within the same flower or it can be between the flowers of the same plant. Then that condition is known as self-pollination. For example, this is the plant. So you have flowers. Right. If the pollination is happening within the same flower or between the same flowers of between the flowers of a same plant, pollination within the same flower or between two flowers of the same plant, then it is known as self-pollination. Now if pollination is occurring in the same flower, then it is known as autogamy. Auto means self, within the flower, then it is considered to be autogamy. If it is happening between two flowers of the same plant, then it is known as geitonogamy. So the names we consider during self-pollination, if self-pollination is occurring within the flower, then it is known as autogamy. If it is occurring between two flowers on the same plant, then it is known as geitonogamy. Other flower, the meaning is geitono means other flower, auto means same flower. Then what is the difference between self and cross-pollination? By this time you might have understood. Cross-pollination means between flowers on two different plants. So this is plant A, assume. Then let us have another plant. This is a B. Right. Now if the pollination is occurring between two flowers on different plants which are present on different plants, then that is known as cross-pollination, or it is also known as allogamy. Allo means two different plants. Right. The flowers which are present on two different plants are undergoing pollination, then it is known as cross-pollination or allogamy. So we have seen the basic difference between the self-pollination and cross-pollination. If transfer of pollen is happening from anther to stigma of the same flower or between the flowers of the same plant, we call it as self-pollination. If transfer of pollen is taking place from anther to stigma from one flower of one plant to another flower on a different plant, then we call it as cross pollination. Self pollination again divided into two types: autogamy in the same flower, geitonogamy between flowers on the same plant. Cross pollination is also known as allogamy, where it is happening between two flowers on two different plants. So this is the basic difference between self pollination and cross pollination. Now if at all we have to consider an example for self pollination, a good example you can give of hibiscus. We also call it as China rose, right children? Then cross pollination you can give papaya, palm flowers. You know, they have bear only one reproductive part, either male or female. So we know we call them as unisexual flowers. Usually unisexual flowers will go for cross pollination or allogamy. Now let us discuss some conditions or contrivances where plants go for cross pollination. They cannot undergo self pollination. Contrivances or conditions which support cross pollination. The first one will be unisexuality. So just now we discussed, if a flower is a unisexual flower, either it is having male or female reproductive parts, then such flowers cannot undergo self pollination, they have to go for cross pollination. So first condition will be unisexuality. Then second one we call it as dichogamy. Now dicho means two times, gamy means maturation. Now we know we have two male and female parts, that's androecium and gynoecium, two reproductive parts, androecium and gynoecium. Now both of them, if they get matured at the same time, means androecium has produced pollen grains and the ovary is matured enough to receive the pollen grains, then we call it as maturation state. Now if both the androecium and gynoecium mature at the same time, then there is no need for them to go for cross pollination. If it is a bisexual flower, both androecium and gynoecium have matured at the same time, then the pollination can occur within the same flower, right? But there are cases where the maturation timings will be different. Androecium matures first or gynoecium matures first. Then we call those conditions as proto-andry and proto-gyne. Now the meaning of proto-andry means androecium is getting matured first. Proto means first. So if androecium matures first, the condition of the flower is known as proto-androus flower, and if gynoecium matures first, then it is known as proto-gyne. Means maturation at different times. Maturation of male and female parts at different times, then that condition is known as dichogamy. If that is the case, the flower cannot undergo self pollination, it has to go for cross pollination. Then the third condition for the cross pollination is self sterility. The meaning of sterility, now if a bisexual flower is there, it's whatever the pollen grains of it cannot fertilize the ovum or the egg of the same flower. It is useless for it. It gets simply decomposed, the pollen grains. In such cases, there you cannot see any kind of reproduction process or fertilization taking place in the flower. Then that cases we call the flower is having self sterility. Means the stamens or the pollen grains of the same flower are not utilized for the pollination process of the same flower, then that condition is known as self sterility. So usually we have examples like orchids where they cannot fertilize their own eggs or ovum. Then the fourth condition is called hercogamy. Now what is meant by hercogamy? Now if you examine certain flowers like pansy flowers, what happens, their gynoecium is covered by the petals in form like a snake hood. How the snake hood will be there, the same way the gynoecium is protected by the petals. In such case, the androecium is outwards. The androecium means the stamens are outwards, and the anthers bearing the pollen grains may fall, or they just go away by the wind, they will be carried away by the wind. So what happens, the gynoecium is not receiving the pollen grains of the same flower. So some barrier is there which is hindering the pollination process. Such conditions we call them as hercogamy. As example, we can give pansy flowers where we have barriers for the pollination process. The same flower is acting like a barrier for the self-pollination. Such state is called hercogamy. Herco means barrier. Then last condition is called heterostyly. Now coming to the heterostyly, if you examine, the meaning is that the androecium and gynoecium, both of them, they are at different heights. Now maybe gynoecium is very short and the androecium, or the stamens, are very long and they are outward to the flower. They are exposed to the atmosphere in an outward manner. Then the possibility of pollen of the same flower falling on the gynoecium might be very negligible or less. At the same time, it happens that anthers, or the stamens, are very short and the gynoecium is very long. The style is very long. In that case also, the pollen may not reach the height of the stigma. So there is less chances of self-pollination. So that is also a one condition why the flowers go for cross-pollination. Means different heights of stamens and carpels. So this is another last condition why flowers go for cross-pollination. So let us recap what we have learned now. So contrivances are conditions which support cross-pollination in any flower. One is unisexuality, means either they may have male or female part. Then they have to go for cross-pollination. Self-pollination is not possible at all. Then dichogamy. Dicho means two different times for the maturation of the male and female part of a flower. If androecium gets matured, then we call it as protoandry. If gynoecium gets matured, then it is called as protogynic condition. So that is what maturation of male and female part at different times. Then the flowers have to go for cross-pollination. The self-sterility. The meaning self-sterility means the pollen grains are not able to fertilize the same flower. They are not able to pollinate the same flower. Then such condition is called self-sterility. Example, orchids. If we observe, the same pollen cannot be helping in pollination of the same flower. Then we have hercogamy. Hercogamy means we have something which is acting like a barrier, not allowing the pollen grains to fall on the stigma of the gynoecium. Such a state is called hercogamy. Examples, pansy flowers. If you observe, they cannot go for self-pollination, so the flowers go for cross-pollination. And lastly, the condition is called heterostyly. The meaning is that the gynoecium and androecium are placed at different heights. If gynoecium is long enough and anthers and stamens are short, there is no possibility of self-pollination. At the same time, gynoecium is very short and the anthers and stamens are very long, and the possibility of pollen falling on the same flower will be very, very less. So it will be carried away by the wind or some other agents. So these 5 conditions are responsible for cross-pollination if any flower is going for. Thank you.